Good morning, guys. It is Dr. Chris Stanley here. Today's October 1st, Thursday. And this is Drivecast number 1 on October 1st. I did not mean for that to happen. I just realized that. But anyway, so wanted to talk to you guys today about running. And I think there's lots of reasons why people run, but today I wanted to kind of dedicate this podcast or this Drivecast to the people who run for health and fitness or who are running to try to lose weight. So I think there's lots of reasons why people run, but I'm just going to come out and say this. And again, my intention is not to, I'm not putting down runners or judging runners, but I want anybody who runs for health and fitness, I want you to ask yourself, why are you willing to do that? Why, and are you willing to trade the consequences of running for health and fitness for the potential gains? And so I'm going to come out and say it right off the bat: running is not fitness. Running is a sport, and I was in the orthopedic physical therapy world for about 8 years. So I treated a lot of runners, from elite competitive runners in Austin, Texas, to the overweight weekend warriors who were, maybe using it to try to lose some weight. So let's start there. Running is not fitness. Running is a sport, and just like any other sport, you have to train for it. Sports like running, cycling, football, soccer, hockey, cheerleading, gymnastics, whatever, they put stresses on your body. And as athletes, and everybody out there, if you're alive and breathing, you're an athlete. You may not be playing a competitive sport, but if you are participating in life between sun up and sundown, from get up to get down, you're an athlete. And if you work at a computer company and you have to sit all day, that is a stress on your body. And people who sit all day at their desk will tell you, like, your backs are sore and you're tight, and those are the stresses that you're putting your body through. So a sport, any athlete puts their body through stress, and they have to train it to tolerate that stress, or else we're going to end up with some problems. So running is a sport, and unless you're training for that sport, you're going to end up with some issues. And most runners out there, I would say 90+% of runners are running with some type of pain, whether it's IT band pain, hip pain, low back pain, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, plantar fasciitis, all these things runners deal with, and it's usually because they're not doing the things in the background to support that stress. So what are those things, right? So it's strength training, functional body weight training, yoga, stretching, plyometric work, that kind of stuff. Not even to mention, we're not even getting into the nutrition part of it, the sleep, recovery. I know I've treated people who run 10 miles per day, every day. They give their body no time to recover. And so people who are running for fitness, listen to me. You have to be training your body to tolerate running. Running is not the training. Running is a sport. You've got to be able to train your body to do that. And so I'll be covering in some later videos, or feel free to email me if you're like, okay, well, what do I do to train my body to run? We can get into that. The second thing I'm going to say about running for fitness is that there is way better use of your time if you're looking to get fit and get in shape, lose weight, etc. A lot of the new stuff coming out in research, fitness has evolved so much just in the last couple years. We know now that 25 to 30 minutes is all you need to accomplish health and fitness. Now there's extremes out there, right? So there's CrossFit workouts that last, some of them 15 minutes, some of them, an hour. A lot of it depends on how fast you go. Some people still go in the gym. I used to spend an hour and a half in the gym every day. Running is one of those sports that rarely takes less than 30 minutes. When I was a runner, my workouts, even short ones, were 45 minutes to an hour, and then of course as I was getting closer to half marathons, they were increasing in time, and I would spend all day Saturday running, and then half the day running, and then the other half of the day recovering. So if you're going to the gym and spending an hour and a half in the gym, if you're going to, if you're running and spending 45 minutes to an hour running, or a lot of people go, oh, I don't have time for workouts, I'll just go run. Actually, you're spending way more time running than you could be doing things that are actually going to give you much better return. You guys may be familiar with a term called, the law of diminishing returns. So that's basically what that means is you get back less return on the effort that you put in. So let's say you put in 100% effort on an hour run, you may have only gotten 40% worth of return or actual results from that workout. And a lot of runners tend to see this law of diminishing returns over time. They get less and less return on their efforts in running. And that's why, a lot of times people who are using running for weight loss will start to see this decline in their weight loss. They'll actually stop losing weight, and intuitively they'll start working out harder, which actually causes them to lose weight slower, and that can be very frustrating. So there's a lot better stuff you can be doing in your time. Running takes too long, and you get too little return on your effort. And I'm sure there's some people out there going, man, I lost 30 pounds running. Well, that's cool, and there's some people who are genetically coded for that, but by and large, if you're using running for health and fitness, you're really, really not getting as good a return on your time as you could be. And a lot of us, our time is valuable. You guys have jobs and families and extracurricular stuff and rest. You got to be able to rest. So running, again, is just not the best use of your time. The other reason why I really don't like running as a means to health and fitness, there's a term called oxidative stress that's really becoming a very big buzz term in the health and fitness world, in the health world in general, on the medical scene. And running is one of those sports that really builds up a lot of oxidative stress. So any exercise that is kind of this long, drawn out, constant, what we call constant steady state cardio. So running, cycling, swimming, these exercises, especially if they're done, for 45 minutes, an hour and a half, 2 hours, really end up creating a lot of oxidative stress. And let's talk about what oxidative stress is for just a second. So the analogy that I like to use with this is, imagine your body is like your car, right? And as you go through life, okay, so I'm driving to work right now and I'm stuck in traffic, but you're driving, you're accelerating, you're slowing down, you're turning left, turning right, going uphill, downhill, in the rain, in the snow, in the heat, and your car is performing, and it builds up exhaust. That's just part of the process of the engine running, right? And your tailpipe is how your car gets rid of that exhaust, right? If you plug up your tailpipe, I don't know if you guys knew this, but if you plug up a tailpipe, the car is going to die within a few seconds. It has to be able to get rid of that exhaust to run efficiently. Your body is no different. Your body's day-to-day functioning creates exhaust, or what we call oxidative stress. And there's a lot of things that contribute to oxidative stress. It's not just exercise. Lack of sleep creates oxidative stress. Poor nutrition, smoking, drinking, exercising too much, not exercising enough, work stress, home stress, anxiety, what's the other big one that I was trying to think of? Did I say poor nutrition? Anyway, so these things tend to build up the oxidative stress levels in your body. And if your body cannot deal with that faster than you're building it up, you kind of get this general body breakdown happening. And so this, if you're a runner, you may have experienced this. I certainly did when I was running, or you may know a runner who's like this. They're just always tired, and everything's always tight, and everything's always sore, and they're just kind of groggy and grumpy. And I don't know if you guys knew this, but health and fitness and exercise should feel good. It should feel invigorating and energizing, and you should feel stronger and ready to go. and clear-minded. Those are all things that should be happening if you're exercising and working out. If you are not, if working out is miserable for you, and most people say running is miserable for them, you know, sorry, I got some, oh my God. Sorry, I have these announcements popping up on my phone as I'm trying to record this. If you're exercising, if you're running, and you just never feel good, you just always feel like broken down, but you know, these people are addicted to running, and they'll just keep going and keep going, and they're convinced that it's gonna bring them health and fitness. Sorry, I gotta get my little toll tag here for the bridge. If you're in that situation, it means you need to take a break. You have got to let your body recover. And there's some people out there who think, oh, recovery is for sissies, but no, it's not. Recovery is for the people who are smart, and they're actually going to be able to reap the rewards from their workouts. Recovery time is actually when your body makes the changes that you want it to make. So if you're running, if you're working out, and you're always tired, always tight, you know, always sore, you have a lot of oxidative stress built up, and it tends to bleed over into other systems. It can cause gastric distress. It can make you not be able to sleep well. Oxidative stress, they're starting to see some research that shows that it's kind of the fertilizer for certain disease processes to grow in our bodies. And I'm not going to say that exercise and oxidative stress causes diseases. All I'm saying is what we're seeing is that it really fertilizes the soil for things to grow, like cancer, Alzheimer's, dementia, maybe MS, some of these kind of systemic things that just happen total body. So that's another reason why we really need to try to find ways of achieving health and fitness that do not elevate our oxidative stress levels. You guys Google oxidative stress. I'm telling you, man. I've done a lot of research. I'm still researching that, still learning more about it. It is fascinating, some of the stuff that we're learning about. Oxidative stress also makes you more prone to getting sick, whether it's a cold or a sinus infection, the flu, those kind of things. Your body it's using all its resources to recover your oxidative stress levels, and it doesn't have any soldiers on the perimeter to guard against this stuff. So what I want you to take home today is, if you're a runner, or if you know somebody who's running for health and fitness, there are much better ways. If you're hurting and you're tired all the time, and you're sore all the time and achy, your body is trying to tell you, please stop running. If you want to know, okay, well, what's better than running? What else can I do? Message me. Let's get some dialogue going with this. I help people find health and fitness solutions for their lives, okay? And you guys know I'm a Beachbody coach. If you contact me, that doesn't mean I'm going to start throwing you into a Beachbody program. That may not be the best thing for you. There's lots of other things that the people I'm coaching are doing. They're doing walking programs, they're doing gym routines, etc., etc. So think about it today. Why are you running, and is it worth it? And if you're one of those people who are like, well, maybe running is kind of breaking me down, and I'm not really seeing the results, especially if you're doing it for weight loss. If you're not seeing the results, there's a reason. You need to change what you're doing. You gotta do something else. So you guys message me. Hope you guys have a great Thursday. Sorry it took me a little while to get this Drivecast out. This week's been a little nutty. So message me, email me with questions, share this video with friends, family, whoever that you think you might be able to benefit from it. And let's get some dialogue going about running and other stuff you can do. All right, you guys have a great weekend, and I'll hit you back here pretty soon with another Drivecast. Talk to you soon. Bye.